NetherRealm Studios has been on a real tear over the last 10 years or so, but it didn't just pop out of nowhere. Midway's Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe was fantastic at the time and perhaps was a major foreshadowing of the great fighting games from Warner Brothers to come for the foreseeable future. Midway painstakingly developed the game, and despite the fact that it was a pretty awesome crossover with tons of replay value, Midway went belly up in 2009 and Warner Brothers ended up with all of their IP, including Mortal Kombat. This was a great place for them to end up though, as Warner Brothers shuffled some things around, closed a few of Midway's studios, consolidated their talent into one entity, and reincorporated it as NetherRealm Studios, who we know and love today as the famed creators of the excellent Mortal Kombat entries that we have seen since. Mortal Kombat was the first game to pop up out of the studio in 2011, which was followed up by Mortal Kombat X, or 10, which was followed up by their latest entry, Injustice 2. It seems that focusing on Mortal Kombat and DC fighting games separately has been a winning formula ever since the corporate shakeup by Warner Brothers, and if history proves to be of any indication, we should be getting another Mortal Kombat game relatively soon. Mortal Kombat 9 was in 2011, Mortal Kombat X was in 2015, putting all of these games years apart. So if the pattern holds true, and I see no reason why it wouldn't, Mortal Kombat 11 should be slated for sometime in 2019, right? But not so fast. With games getting bigger and production getting more expensive by the day, could we perhaps have to wait another year or two for the next fighter from NetherRealm? Maybe so. It's no secret that NetherRealm has been sneaking microtransactions into their fighters more and more over the years, Mortal Kombat X being the beginning of truly making them too obvious to ignore. One theory could be that NetherRealm, not wanting to end up like Midway, might just sit on their next game for an extra year and continue to rake in cash from Injustice 2 and Mortal Kombat X purchases. Part of me wouldn't blame them for this necessarily, as keeping your financial ducks in a row should be top priority for any game developer in this day and age. I don't personally think this is the case though, especially considering that NetherRealm has the backing of Warner Brothers in a way that Midway didn't quite have. And with their laser-focused studio always hard at work on one of the two major franchises that are always pretty much guaranteed to sell well, I think their studio is a pretty well-oiled machine at this point, and I see no major reason why they would fall off of that schedule that they have been on for so long. Surely many studios and publishers do struggle to get games out on a regular schedule without major bugs and other issues, but NetherRealm Studios doesn't appear to be one of them. Also, let's not forget that every major release since Mortal Kombat 9 has been a pretty solid product with very few issues or bugs outside of a handful of server issues that were generally resolved quickly. The 2-year schedule seems to be the right track for this studio. There are some clues to be found on the Mortal Kombat X subreddit, as user RighteousHall04, who claims to have connections to a Twitter user who accurately leaked the Mortal Kombat X roster in its entirety well before its announcement. And he's claiming that Mortal Kombat 11 is not only well into development, but the game will feature more fighters than either of the previous two games, including some old characters that we haven't seen in a long time and some new ones. Plus, Raiden as the story's main antagonist. This particular tidbit really caught my eye, as it could be a really great unexpected way to mix things up with the return of Dark Raiden. There are also some rumblings that the new Mortal Kombat could borrow story elements from Deception and other older Mortal Kombat entries that a lot of gamers today either weren't alive for or have forgotten. This is pretty exciting if true for those that were a little miffed by the coming-of-age elements of Mortal Kombat X. It doesn't look like we'll be getting much more of that in the new one. While new characters that were the children of legacy characters like Cassie Cage did prove to be awesome and fun to play, many longtime fans weren't too big on the family element being ham-fistedly thrown into the story mode, which of course made no sense and broke down completely outside of the story mode, where Cassie Cage can shoot her father and or mother in the head. So now that those characters are established, perhaps MK11 can forego the family-oriented storyline and focus more on what Mortal Kombat fans come to see. Regardless of all that, if this Reddit user and other rumors are to be believed, we could be in for the darkest, most brutal Mortal Kombat game yet, and I, for one, wouldn't have it any other way. So if you're wondering where the hell the next Mortal Kombat game is, if history and current rumors serve us correctly, it probably isn't too far away. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching us here at Gaming Bolt. If you enjoy our content, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification icon so you'll know when new videos are up.